we are just a few weeks away from the release of Godzilla, King of Monsters. But before that, we need to talk about a film we haven't even talked about yet. I'm surprised we haven't. We talked about Kong Skull Island, but what about that 2014, Godzilla? How will this build up to our giant monster franchise? Is this a fitting beginning? Fitting begin again to this franchise? We'll find out on a very Monster Lizard edition of the review. That's actually from the 90s one.
Yeah.
Still. It's poignant enough that it still is effective today.
It's so poignant. I really thought that you were going to say, in this edition of the Michael Finnegan Begin Again version of Godzilla. I mean,
he had whiskers on his chin again.
Of course he did.
They fell out.
They grew in again.
And then grew in again. Poor old Michael Finnegan Begin Again.
Yes, today we are going over the 2014 Godzilla. We're putting a lighter in front of his face for some reason. What the fuck?
And trying to burn his eyes. We're only talking about the 90s one. Nothing's being said about the 2014, but we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. Get out of here with that right now.
Shut up.
No time for it right now.
Get out of here, Matthew Broderick.
Get out of here. Maybe you killed a guy with a car or something.
Oh, Jesus. Making this dark.
People don't forget. Well, why don't we get into a little bit of the news of today?
Yes.
Dive right in.
Kaplunk.
I would also like to say that I thought it was a bit of a slow news week this week, JT.
I mean, I found some stuff.
You did find some stuff?
I did find some stuff.
I dabbled in some stuff, but nothing I thought super interesting.
Well, okay.
Except for these little tidbits.
Oh.
Comic fans out there may be happy about
so news
this.
that I don't care about.
Yeah. Comic fans out there may be happy with this, regardless of what you think of his run.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, Jesus. You're really broken up about this news already.
Writer Tom King, writer of the Batman series right now, also author of the acclaimed Vision and Mr. Miracle series, is planning on leaving the title before the end of this year. By the shock of many, because he had plans to go through up to issue 105. If he ends before 2019, he won't even get to issue 85.
Oh, no.
What does he have planned? Creator-owned works? Is he getting sick of death threats on Twitter?
What, is he fucking it up or something?
The fandom is split. I would have to say. I happen to be a general fan of his run.
I thought I saw good old GHD put up a tweet of outrage about it today.
If it was today, I didn't see it. But yeah, sometimes he gets the blunt end of the stick on Twitter.
Yeah.
So much so that he'll take screen grabs of him writing into Twitter support saying, please ban this person because I've gotten death threats for writing Batman. He said he was going to kill me for writing Batman.
Fuck fans.
Yeah, exactly. So I wondered if that's part of it. He's such a high-profile book that he just gets so many death threats he's sick of it.
Yeah.
I mean, he worked for the CIA, for Christ's sake.
Why would you issue death threats to that?
He
probably has connections to kill you.
He probably does. Yeah. I'm not even joking.
His complaints to Twitter are probably either ban this person or I'm going to kill them.
Yeah. Try to kill me, I'll kill you first, bitch.
Yeah. We're in a good old-fashioned killing contest here.
Good old kill-off.
Who can kill who first?
So anyway, leaving by the end of the year. So, regardless of what you think, that could be good or bad.
Godspeed, Tom.
Godspeed, Mr. King.
You have more respect for him than I do, I guess.
Yeah, you're on a first-name basis with him? Cool.
Old Tommy.
Tommy boy! Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has come out and confirmed that Hobbs and Shaw has wrapped filming so it can hit theaters ASAP.
You know it's done.
You know, it's just put it out at this point.
Put the
it's
fucking
wrapped.
thing out there.
We already seen a trailer. I mean, that thing's got to be 100% complete by now.
I mean, that was probably enough. You could just build a movie around that trailer.
What are you doing holding on to this footage?
Yeah. Well, they can hold up because we still got to watch 7 more movies.
That's right, we do. That's
before we
right.
get to that Hobbs and Shaw.
So we'll just slowly trickle those out.
Troy, you are not prepared for how bad Too Fast and Too Furious is.
I am not. I am not prepared.
We'll talk about that
we'll
on
get
a
there.
later date.
We will get there.
Fuck.
I can't wait till it makes like this huge jump of just like lowly street racers.
And
that
now they're super agents.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to see that jump. What movie it is. I already know what movie it is, but I just want to see like how ridiculous it gets. Especially watching them like back to back to back.
Like I don't even think they become because like Fast 5 I think is when it starts getting crazy, but I don't think they're like super agents in it. I just think that they do super shit. Because I think they rob a bank in 5, and they do it by like dragging a vault through like downtown Rio.
Cool. Don't they do that in another movie?
I don't know.
Don't they do that in like a Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
They drag a building through a downtown in Pirates.
Same. Well, we'll see, won't we? We'll see how the same.
We'll see how same it is.
One probably doesn't have a Johnny Depp just like clicking his heels on top of a wheel or something like that. Who knows?
Until then, we got to wade through a lot of shit, though.
Yeah. Oh, God. Some video gaming news, JT. There's been a little bit of news coming out about the PS5, the PlayStation 5.
Wow.
For short.
Yeah. The Penis 5.
That it should be backwards compatible. Sony comes out and says it will be.
Oh.
So all your PS4 games or current gen games will work on the PlayStation 5.
So my question, since I've been buying a lot of them online, will I be able to transfer my games?
I don't know.
I would think if you can keep your account, I would think you would.
I would assume so.
Because
it's backwards compatible.
Yeah, as long as you have your account, you can just sign into your account into the Sony thing, and then your library should pop up. You just have to download them from there.
You would think so. Time will tell, won't it?
I'm for this.
Time will tell.
I'm for this.
Good. I also hear that Sony and Microsoft are trying to get joint compatibility so you can play cross-platform pretty soon here. I don't think that's happened yet.
Don't really give a shit because I don't like playing multiplayer. Too many goddamn 14-year-old kids are too good at fucking shooting me.
Yeah, get out of here with your Fortnite and your flossing.
Yeah.
God.
Nothing breaks you down more than a 14-year-old kid calling you a noob.
Yeah. Or worse
nothing.
Things.
Like, that's why I drink beers in the shower.
Every day?
Don't get me started.
JT, I got some updates on Endgame.
Yes.
We broke last week. We broke the news last week that it toppled Titanic.
Yeah.
To become the number 2 worldwide grossing movie.
And now it's flayed those blue monkeys.
It's getting closer day by day.
Oh, it hasn't yet?
Hasn't done it yet.
Oh, I thought they did.
As of today, well, actually, as of end of day yesterday, which would have been end of day Tuesday, it's made $777.4 million domestically.
Jesus.
$1.845 billion in the foreign markets.
Yeah.
And a grand total of $2.622 billion combined worldwide box office.
How much is Avatar?
2.788 billion or something like that. It needs $166 million to topple Avatar worldwide. 166
better hit
million.
It soon. I can see it doing, especially if it made $700 million last weekend.
It
I can see it doing it.
last week it made 80 million.
Ooh.
But it has been dropping 50% every
Yeah.
single week.
Okay. It's gonna be close.
It'll creep up there, especially if it's got a little bit of legs. I wonder if it will keep it in theaters until it eventually gets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sure they'll keep it in theaters
number
until it
one
starts
spot.
losing money. But yeah, I don't know. Some of those blockbusters are creeping up there though. We're starting to get into the more blockbustery stuff because like Aladdin's coming out this weekend.
Yep.
We got the film we're doing next week, Brightburn, coming out this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of big stuff coming
Big
up on the
stuff.
horizon.
Big stuff. We got Godzilla coming up in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. Lots of big things coming out. Fucking Endgame better get their shit together and make the most money ever.
That's right. Everyone go out the theater. Everyone go see it one more time.
Yeah, because they need the money.
Yeah,
They're so
they
poor.
need the money.
They're so poor.
We are just waiting for that James Cameron funny little send-off in order to give it to Endgame so he can just finally be dethroned.
Yeah, I want to see Captain America cut off the head of a Na'vi with his shield.
That's right. Or have a...
James Cameron just sends a note that says, choke on it, bitches.
as he sits on his pile of money in a submarine.
Yeah, he sits on a pile of money under the Earth's crust.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Then that surprised me. That's all my news as well.
Oh my God, Troy.
I know. I surprised myself with that. I have
You
something else.
caught me off guard.
I have something else written down, but that's jumping into another segment.
Ooh.
I don't want to do that already.
Oh my.
I know.
Yeah, don't do that, Troy. Don't you fucking dare.
For all of our listeners, this coming Monday, we have a special show for you.
Yeah. We already recorded it. Troy's not in it because he doesn't give a shit about it.
Nope.
But me and C Danger, since it was such a big thing for the last couple weeks or so, we did a retrospective on the entire series of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So for all you throne heads out there,
Yeah. Are you throne boys?
yeah, we'll give you a nice little thing to finally put it to bed.
That's right. Just a little punctuation mark right at the end of that sentence.
Even though you probably won't care because it's gonna come out like a week after the finale, but
it'll give you time to really soak in the series as a whole.
Yeah, really just ponder, did I really hate it as much as I did? And then if you did, then I'll call you a fucking asshole in this near hour-long episode me and C Danger did.
So check that out coming up Monday. But what do you got for news over there, JT?
Well, Troy, on Friday, July 26th, it'll be a big day for you.
Oh.
Because it'll be the time where I finally stop talking about Orange is the New Black. Because their final season comes out on Friday, July 26th.
And you haven't been shutting up about it.
It's like, I bring it up in conversation pretty often.
All the time.
I can't get enough.
On about Orange is the New Black.
Can't get enough of Red and everyone else's name on that show. I can't get enough.
Have you actually kept up with it?
Yeah, up to this point, we've watched every season so far.
What season is this?
I think it's 6, maybe 7th.
7th. My
7 seasons.
God. Breaking the mold for Netflix.
Yeah.
Not canceling it after 3.
Yeah.
But I guess it was one of the first. One of the inaugural series that came out through Netflix.
I think it was their...
What other big tent poles once they got into streaming?
I think it was like the big one after House of Cards. I think.
I can't remember. I thought they came out around the same time.
I think House of Cards was like their first really big one, and then Orange is the New Black came out after that.
I think you're forgetting about Lilyhammer.
No one remembers Lilyhammer.
I've always wanted to check out the first few episodes of that because I'm like, why would anybody like this? Anything I saw of it, I'm just like, what is this? It's like
they put The Sopranos in snow. I'm like. But like the annoying parts of Sopranos, where it's just a guy being like, "Get out of here."
Oh no!
That's what it struck me as. But Troy, Ghostbusters.
Yes.
We know that film is coming out in 2020. They're doing a brand new Ghostbusters with the
Yep.
old cast.
That's right.
But Dan Aykroyd,
Yeah.
he's got some other things in mind.
Oh.
In fact, he is writing a Ghostbusters prequel that'll be set in 1969.
No. No.
There was literally only 2 people part of the Ghostbusters. Wasn't there? It was Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd were like the first 2, and then they bring on other people.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be watching a younger casted Bill Murray and a younger casted Dan Aykroyd.
Maybe.
Like discover that ghosts exist. I don't know. Dan Aykroyd is crazy anyway. He's got his vodka and his UFOs. And...
Were they even into ghosts in high school?
You don't know.
I guess we'll find out, won't we?
No, if it's Dan Aykroyd, he's probably going to make it some kind of alien thing.
I hope
it's
he does.
Conspiracy.
I
It's a
hope he
conspiracy. The government's trying to make us think that there's ghosts.
I hope it's as crazy as Dan Aykroyd is.
Oh, no. Troy,
Yeah.
Stranger Things 3
It's on the horizon.
on the horizon. I'm sure we'll review it on a later date. I think it's like July 4th is when it comes out.
Holy cow.
But to celebrate, there's going to be a notorious 80s product that's going to be back out on the market in honor of Stranger Things 3. They're going to be putting out new Coke again.
New Coke again.
Yeah.
Great. Hope that's on the can. New Coke again.
Yeah.
Hate it just like you did before.
Yeah. Bring back some unhappy memories.
Well, that should be fun. I'll probably try some. It'd be the time to have it, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever tried new Coke.
Me neither. By the time we would even have known about it, you'd have to order it like on
Yeah.
somebody who hoarded it in like some bomb shelter.
Yeah. Bring out Crystal Pepsi while you're at it, too.
Did that have like a slight comeback like last year? Crystal Pepsi? I want to say I saw somebody at work have some.
I don't know. Remember Pepsi Blue?
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
It was terrible.
Remember that like weird shitty flavored water that had like those lava lamp balls in it?
Orbits?
Yeah.
Of course I do. Those were also awful.
It tasted like you were like drinking fish eggs.
Yeah, and the drink wasn't that good either.
No.
But it came in like a glass jar.
Yeah.
And it was like, what is this thing?
It
It
felt
was
like
the
you were
90th thing I've ever seen.
and like it came out like in 2000.
No, it had to come out when we were like in late grade school or early middle school, because I remember a certain person bringing it to lunch one day and everyone made shit out of her for having it because it's gross.
We were so nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember Sprite Remix?
I think they still make that.
Do they?
I thought I might have seen it a couple times.
Oh my.
That's not too bad.
I
I like
just
cherry
talk about-
Sprite because it tastes like kitty cocktail.
Let's just talk about sodas.
All right. Yeah, catch our Godzilla review at a later date. We're just gonna be talking about sodas for the rest of the.
Remember Holiday Spiced Pepsi?
Oh God,
That was atrocious. I
man.
think it was like cinnamon Pepsi. It tasted like you dropped like Red Hots in a Pepsi.
God, now I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, it's sickening.
Troy, Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
We brought it up earlier that me and C Danger are putting out a Monday ep.
Yep.
But they just had that big series finale
Yep.
this past Sunday, and they drew quite a bit of viewers for it. In fact, 19.3 million people
My goodness.
watched the Game of Thrones series finale, which is a series high.
Ooh. Okay. All
So
right.
they went out on top, even though it seemed like everyone bitched about it.
Yeah.
I hate this so much, I'm gonna watch more of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Going on Twitter was like, it was so annoying, especially for like me who has no interest in it really. And it's all that my timeline is GOT this, GOT
Yeah.
that. I'm like, come on.
I put out a tweet. Did you read it where it was like every podcast today? Or I was like, let me see if I can find it because it made me laugh.
I think I
just
missed
thinking
it.
about
But
it.
just that one little blurb
Yeah.
Makes so much sense.
I put like hashtag every podcast today, and it was like the day after the Game of Thrones. Yeah, here it is. So, person 1. So, what did you think of GOT finale? Person 2. Ugh, absolutely hated it. Person 1. Care to elaborate? Person 2. I mean, Danny and then John and then the whole King's Landing thing. Oh, I can't even. Hashtag all podcasts today. It was true. Like, there was so many podcasts I listened to where they like talk about Game of Thrones, and everyone just bitched about it and didn't have like a single like
good thing to say about
good
it?
reason to be like, I hated it. I was like, well, why'd you hate it? I mean, this person did something stupid. Well, it's don't get me started again.
More of that on Monday.
More of stuff like that on Monday. I don't think I get as Sea Danger is pretty sympathetic to my cause, so I don't get as angry talking about it with her.
Great.
But the internet, you fucking suck.
You stink.
You fucking
Get out of here. You stink.
You stink with your stinky asses.
You know what would have been great if you just like refreshed your podcast feed and seen how many episodes are just like GOT, 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 GOT. You're like, oh my god. Sometimes I hate that when, even though we're like a part of that whole thing too, but like when you like, and you would just want to listen to anything, and even shows that don't even talk about like movies or anything. It's just like, what do you think of GOT? And it's like, God, can't escape it.
I know. You can always tell when things get super popular because like every podcast like talks about it.
Yeah.
Because they're whores for those listens.
Yeah.
We are too, don't get us wrong.
Yeah, of course.
But still.
It's like yeah, it's like calling the kettle black here, but it's just it's
enough.
It's enough. I think we have the right.
Yeah.
Since we do more of a pop culture.
Yeah. And we mix it up enough. We're not
show.
just talking about everything that's in the zeitgeist at that point. Like, we go back and we do, like, some throwback reviews.
Yeah. Just like tonight, doing a bit of a retrospective.
No one gives a shit about Godzilla from 2014.
Absolutely no
one. We're going to talk about it.
You bet we are.
GHD already fucking is talking shit about it with us, so you know it's bad. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, you bet.
You bet. Troy, we talked earlier about that Avengers Endgame is just creeping up, about ready to slay those Avatar blue shitheads in the box office.
That's right.
Well, the Avatar sequels will not rest.
Oh my god.
They will not die without a fight because added to the Avatar cast is Jermaine Clement.
Oh, okay. Aren't they done filming all
I don't know. Maybe he was in it and then they didn't know until he was like, hey guys, I'm in the movies, so...
Maybe they filmed this so long ago that...
added him?
He wasn't famous until now.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, we also have this unknown actor at the time, Jermaine Clement.
Yeah.
Christ. I swear they filmed 4, 5, and 2, 3, 4, and 5 back to back.
Yeah, I know that they filmed them all, but maybe Jermaine was in them, and then no one knew until he just like tweeted like, I'm in them.
Check out Avatar. I'm in them.
I'm gonna be a blue thing.
Can't wait.
Try that Mortal Kombat movie. It talked about how it was gonna get made last week. Well, now they're saying it's going to hit theaters on March 5th of 2021, day before my birthday.
Whoa, gonna go see it then? Gonna treat yourself?
Happy birthday.
Gonna treat yourself
Happy
to
birthday.
a little birthday movie?
I want to see Cyrax.
Who wouldn't on a birthday?
Yeah.
To see Cyrax.
Cyrax just wishes me happy birthday as it like makes a puff of smoke come out of him and then like dissolves someone.
That's right. A big electric fishing net will cut you into some sort of grid. It'll be amazing.
I can't wait.
It'll be amazing.
It's a birthday dream come true.
God, 2021 can't come fast
So
enough.
look forward to that.
Great.
In the near future.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's see here. Here's some weird ass fucking news. So the Saw franchise is going to get rebooted,
I heard.
and the person that's at the forefront of doing it is Chris Rock.
Yeah. Strange.
The fuck?
No idea. No idea.
All right.
Sure.
Give him
Why
hell,
not?
Chris.
I already thought it's outstayed its welcome to
Yeah.
many movies ago.
I didn't know Chris Rock was so into torture porn.
Yeah. That's just his favorite shit ever. Is
I want to see a motherfucker get his leg cut off. How about you make him try and grab some money, and then when he does, you stick some fish hooks in his eyes.
I actually learned of this news on Weekend Update on SNL. Their punchline was pretty great, where it's like, Chris Rock is rumored to be rebooting the Saw franchise, but he's going to be renaming it to Saint. And that was it. And then it got that much of a reaction out of the whole crowd, and then that makes me laugh more when jokes just flop.
Oh man,
It's so good.
I want to watch Weekend Update more often. They have some pretty good zingers in there.
This last Weekend Update was actually pretty great because it was their season finale.
Yeah.
And so every season finale, Michael Che and Colin Jost write jokes for each other to tell.
Yeah.
And Colin Jost gets just the raw end of it from Michael Che, which makes him sound like a complete racist and all this kind of stuff. It's so good. This year is really good.
Oh man, there was like one that I found online one time, and they were talking about like, well, Mother's Day is this Sunday, or as we're saying, of a holiday that's trying to be made mandatory by Alabama.
Yeah. It was a good one. This I think Weekend Update is like my favorite thing of SNL.
It's
Like,
good.
that's all I pretty much look forward to.
It's good.
Yep.
Troy, I don't know if you'd be heartbroken by this, but The Tick on Amazon, they came out with their second season. Must not be doing well because Amazon has officially canceled The Tick.
Ooh, not getting a third? It's just canceling it right out?
Getting a third.
Oh, well.
We talked about the first season on here.
Yep. I did watch the second season. I couldn't tell you much what happened in it at all.
Yeah.
So it really didn't strike that much of a chord with me. I watched it and I thought it was fine, but it would be never anything I would go back to. Whereas, like, I would go back to, like, the early 2000s Patrick Warburton one. Because I think it's, like, just goofier and campier and more fun to watch.
Like they try to be more serious with the this iteration of The Tick.
It struck a weird tone. It still did, like, goofy kind of things, but it also was, like, strictly for mature viewers. Where it would just be, like, over-violent and, like, a lot of profanity. And I'm like, this is a weird tone jumping all the time, like every scene. But you kind of fall into it. But then by the end, you're just like, that was just, it couldn't decide really what it was.
Well, we'll go back and listen to our review of the first season if you get a chance.
Yeah, why not?
Do it.
Go do it. I dare you.
Do it. Go do it.
Go do it.
Troy,
yes.
Praise the Lord. Big Bang Theory is coming to a fucking end.
I thought it was already done.
I think it is. Well, maybe it is done.
I think the series finale was last week.
Fuck yes. Thank God.
Yep.
But some bad news, Troy. CBS has reported that they are open to Big Bang Theory spin-offs.
Don't they already do
like
that?
Young Sheldon is already out.
They've already greenlit that for 10 more seasons.
Probably. I don't know. I'd probably do some more dumb bullshit. Big Bang Theory fucking sucks.
I get asked to watch that show more than Game of Thrones. And I'm just like, I can't. Like, I've tried. It's
Did people
not for
bitch
me.
about how Big Bang Theory ended as well?
I don't know. I don't care.
Sheldon should have ended up on the nerdy virgin throne.
Yeah. Freaking, there's this lady at work that wants me to watch, like, both of these things. And she's like, she was upset, verbally upset, that she couldn't go home and watch the finale of Big Bang Theory because she had to go somewhere else that night. I'm like, you gotta do something else with your life.
Fucking life, you idiot.
Yeah.
Say that as your boss.
Get a fucking life, idiot.
You're fired.
There'd be some people I would maybe say that to, and I think I'd be praised for it. But otherwise, Jesus, come on, people.
I don't know. Big Bang Theory, just die already. Just die.
Just die.
Just fucking die already. Well, I'll try my last bit of news,
Okay.
and I'm surprised you didn't bring this up because it was probably the biggest news of last week.
Oh shit.
The Batman
Oh, yeah, I
Has-
did hear this.
has picked out its Batman,
Yeah,
and it is the Twilight heartthrob himself, Robert Pattinson.
that's right. Yeah.
So, you have the floor, Troy. What do you think of this pick?
Well, JT, color me intrigued,
Really?
but I am optimistic about this pick.
Good.
I have seen things mocked up for him in a bat suit, and it's him like with his hair slicked back in a suit as like the Bruce Wayne archetype.
Yeah.
I think he looks good.
Good.
I think I could get behind him. I immediately went into work after that news was brought up, and a lot of people just said, well, I'm not going to go see it now.
Bullshit.
And I'm like, yes, you will.
You saw Heath Ledger's the Joker.
That's what I brought
You're
up.
gonna fucking see Robert Pattinson as Batman.
So, you're going to see it.
yeah.
It's Batman.
Yeah.
It's going to make a ton of money regardless because of the Batman namesake.
Yeah. And it's in good hands with Matt Reeves, I believe.
Yeah. Matt Reeves is a great director.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson is a good actor.
Yeah.
He just happened to be in a movie series that really struck a chord with a certain audience.
Dude made his money.
And he got a ton of money, and now he
made
can
his
pretty
money.
much do whatever
now
he
he can
wants.
do whatever he wants. Exactly.
He can be in a ton of indie films, which are pretty good.
Yeah. Check out Good Time. Good Time.
Check out Good Time.
Yeah. It's so good I almost choked on it. But no, Good Time is really good.
Mm-hmm.
It
So
stars him. So,
I'm very optimistic about it.
As am I. I'm looking forward to it.
I am not gonna knock any casting choices from here on out
yeah.
until I actually see the actual performance.
Yeah, we have not seen what these people that have casted it have seen.
That's right.
So
Shut up. Everyone shut up.
shut up.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, would you shut up?
Shut the fuck up.
And I've even been like that for a long time since. Like, I've been tricked before with, like, the Heath Ledger thing. I'm like, what is this? And then it turned out to be great. And then other things like when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, everyone dumped on it. And I'm like, I think it's going to be a good pick. And I personally think it was a good pick. It just happened to not to be a great movie. But I think he was a good Batman.
Yeah.
So, I even was behind the Lex Luthor Jesse Eisenberg pick.
Yeah.
I've grown to not like it as much, but I thought it was an inspired choice.
Okay. Well, can't win them all.
You win some, you lose.
Can't
Sometimes
win
you get
'em all.
burned.
Can't win them all.
But so far, I think I'm ahead.
Can't win them all.
No.
Well, Troy, before we move on, do have a couple bits. Oh my god. There are a couple bits that we need to address in the segment we call Neil's Bits.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's Bits.
All right, there we go. That long ass theme song is finally over. Let's pay a tribute to some fallen celebrities over this past week, starting with a pretty tragic one in the world of wrestling.
I heard about this.
Ashley Massaro
Yes.
passing away at age 39.
Yes.
There's a lot of speculation that it might be suicide. I don't think there's an official report on the cause of death yet, but
I thought I heard that it definitively was a suicide due to probably depression issues.
yeah, like I've heard that she's been suffering from depression, and she blames a concussion that she received actually in the WWE.
Oh my
as well.
God.
So,
I also heard a terrible, horrible story about an event 10 years ago that probably has a bit of layers to this as well.
Not heard this, but go.
I don't know if I want to tell it on air. It's pretty dark.
Oh fuck. Okay.
It's no. I'll tell you later.
Tell me off
You
the
can
air,
read
then.
it. Just look it up on
Yeah.
the internet if you're wondering about now. But it's pretty dark.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You had to say something too. God damn it, Troy.
Yeah. I know. But yeah, that was a pretty tragic story.
Especially someone so young.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucked.
And I didn't really catch her first little spurt in WWE, but now with like the women's wrestling division, like a hot commodity.
Yeah. She won the Divas search, I think, too. I think it was like
She was
2000
like the second Diva search or whatever it was.
It's like 07 or something, 07 or 08, I think she won.
Yeah, I don't remember. But she had an interesting look at the time. She wasn't like
She had like a punk rock look.
Yeah. So I would have I would have liked to seen her come back in like the current.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what her prowess was.
Yeah. I know she does like indie bookings and stuff. I know there was like a place like around Springfield that was bringing her in every once in a while.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's too bad. She went out at a young age. She burned too bright.
Yeah. Well, R.I.P. Ashley Massaro. Just, it's hard when it's fucking, well, like, especially when it's young. Like, she's like fucking like pretty close to our age.
Yeah.
Like that's when the shit like really hits home, where it's like, oh god,
Yeah.
you're like only like 6 or 7 years older than me.
Yeah. Not that much at all. It's like younger than your brother.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It's fucked.
And the women of just wrestling in general have actually banded together to do like a support for the daughter that she had.
Yeah.
To put together like a college fund and stuff
That's
for
good.
her to,
That's
to
nice.
continue to go through school.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? So, that's terrible what happened, but at least something of unity can come together from it and help somebody else along. So
Good stuff.
Yeah.
A little bit of light through the horizon on that
that's
dark
Yeah. For sure.
dark subject. But I got one more, Troy.
Oh my god.
Got one more. Dying at age 7.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh wait.
Age 7. Grumpy Cat
I heard this.
has passed away. The viral internet sensation Grumpy Cat has left this earth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pissed that this cat made over $100 million.
And all I had to do was sit there.
Yeah. All the owner had to do was sit there.
And just snap phone pics. Oh my god. Could just use the same pic for several different memes.
Like, I'm pretty sure this cat has a movie out. Well, anyway, Grumpy Cat. Yeah, you fucking... You looked really angry and shit.
You burned too bright.
You burned too bright. Fucking hell. So there you go. That's all. Unless you have any more.
I do not, no.
Well, then, Troy, then it's done.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's fucking done, Troy.
It's done, man.
Well, I have 3 trailers.
I also have 3 trailers.
Well,
JT.
you want to jump in there then?
Sure. I'll do one because I think we both have the other 2.
Okay.
I have the final trailer for Brightburn.
There's a final one. I didn't even know.
I didn't know that actually Brightburn was coming out this coming weekend, or else I wouldn't have watched this trailer.
Yeah.
Not that it gives away... There's the Rambler.
Ooh,
Just
fun.
driving by.
That guy has a giant penis.
But it doesn't give any much more away than like any other trailer did, and it's not even all that different. I just
Still have the waitress pulling the glass out of her eye.
still has that.
Ugh.
I think it shows just a little bit more story in it from the movie. The thumbnail of it has an interesting look at who's a mom in it.
Elizabeth Banks.
Elizabeth Banks, who's like bleeding from the eyes and looks all paled out and stuff. I'm like, what is going on here? So that's what got me interested to watch it anyway.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it doesn't show too much else. But it is coming out actually the day this drops.
Yep.
So you can catch it in theaters this weekend.
Yep. And then we'll be more than likely reviewing it next week.
That's right. I've got a 4-day weekend coming up, so I'll be seeing it probably on Monday or Tuesday.
Hot toddy.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, well, if you check it out Monday, let me know.
You bet.
I think Molly Pop might be doing some wedding dress shopping with her friends. So.
Oh, my. We'll see what the lady's up to.
All right.
And make it a date.
All right. Make it a date night.
Make it a date night.
Well, Troy, I saw they had a season 3 trailer for Westworld.
Oh, okay.
Where they spotlight what will be the main character of that season, Aaron Paul.
Oh, okay.
Like they're doing not to spoil too much about what happened in Westworld season 2, but they kind of left it on a lot of the robots from the park have now integrated with society.
Mm-hmm.
So this season is going to be really interesting because you can actually see like what the world outside of the park is like. Like you're pretty much following Aaron Paul is just a normal guy living his everyday life in this futuristic world that we have not really been in contact with. We've just been mainly following these rich people that are buying their way into these like parks where it's either the Wild West or in some ways they come in contact with a samurai world in season 2.
Oh my goodness.
But now we are fully integrated into society in this 3rd season, and then we see maybe a couple familiar faces from the other seasons. So this will be interesting. Right. I like what Westworld does because they find a way to make it so that every season is completely different from the season before.
That's cool. I never finished season 1. Not because I didn't like it. I just think I just fell behind 1 week and then it just steamrolled.
Yeah.
Because I think I was watching that as it was coming out.
Yeah.
And then I completely missed season 2.
Yeah.
So, but I heard it was okay. I heard it was good.
No, it's good. I'm really into Westworld. Can't wait for the next season to come out.
All right. Good deal. The next trailer I got is Toy Story 4 trailer number 2.
Yeah.
This is definitely more of a story plot trailer.
Yeah.
As you get to see Forky.
Yep.
Being the new created toy from the little girl.
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Debbie? Maybe that's not it. Something with a D.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not Debbie. That's an
Does
old
not
lady's
sound like a
name.
little girl's name.
But they end up going on a bit of a trip. Forky gets lost.
Yep.
Buzz and Woody have to save the day.
Exactly.
And they meet a cast of colorful characters along the way.
Exactly.
Featuring some old favorites.
And a new one that I am all for, which is Keanu Reeves
Oh, yeah.
as Duke Kaboom.
Duke Kaboom.
A Canadian stuntman.
Yes, I'm into it.
Oh, I was already like, yep, put me in there.
Put my butt in that seat.
Put my butt in that seat to watch it. And
Yeah.
then even the mildly annoying stuffed bears from the other trailers have like a funny scene in this
Yes.
where they just latch themselves onto an old lady's face.
Yeah, that's really good. So yeah, I'm anticipating Toy Story 4 to be a good time. Good time.
As am I. I'm looking forward to it.
And the last trailer I have, I think the same one you have, is the second trailer for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
playing suit that it is a more plot-driven trailer.
Yeah.
This time you follow more of Leo DiCaprio's
Yep.
character as he kind of gets... he's at the height of his stardom, and then you get to see maybe him getting depreciated in value a bit as other shenanigans going on at that current time in Hollywood.
Exactly.
1969? 1965?
69.
69.
69. Dude.
Rad.
Yeah, bro. But a fun theory that I heard about this trailer is that you see the appearance of I can't remember his name, so I'm looking it up real quick.
Charles Manson.
No.
Charlos Manson.
Kurt Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Kurt Russell pops up in this.
Yep.
And a lot of theories online is that he's actually playing the younger version of Stuntman Mike.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Fun.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Looking eerily like a Snake Plissken.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that'd be cool to tie all his flicks up together.
Yep.
Tarantino.
I'm telling you, I like Death Proof. There's a lot of people that shit all over Death Proof, but I like it.
I grow to appreciate it more every time I watch it, but I still think I like the ridiculousness of
Planet
Terror a little bit more.
Of course.
And there's parts of it of Death Proof that I think are kind of slow, which I don't think work for it.
Yeah, it's slow, but all in all, I like it.
I appreciate the slow burn of it because it kind of tricks you into false sense of security, and then all of a sudden it's boom.
Yeah.
I like that, but then it kind of drags once it does that for the first time.
Yeah. I know. I think that's the major problem with it, is that it just totally takes all its momentum to a screeching halt by starting completely over again directly in the middle of the movie.
Yeah. But otherwise, I do agree with you that it takes a bit of a kicking.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it's still good.
Good.
Very good. Can't wait. Tarantino's still one of those directors that I'll go out and see anything that he does.
Exactly.
So, there you go.
There you go. Probably do that for the show as well.
Very good. This one I'll have to see. I still haven't seen Hateful Eight.
You should. Well, this is like this is taking place like one of the last weekends in July. So this could be a cool lead-in into what we are planning for August.
Yes. Okay.
So all right. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we will. Boy, will we. Well, that's all I got. That's all I got for that.
That's all I got. That's all you got. Well then, Troy, it's time for the Tournament of Random Movies, motherfucker.
All right. I don't think this one worked out in my favor so much.
It did not. I saw you even retweeted a couple times to try and be like, "Hey guys, vote!" And then they just got more votes for the one I think you didn't want.
Yeah. Mostly because it was tied when I went to go see it. I'm like, "Hey, this is tied. Somebody break the tie."
Yeah, because I saw it was close a couple times. And then I saw your tweet that said it was tied, and I was like, "Oh shit!" There must have been a lot of votes over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it got a lot of votes because it was like, I think it was like at 17 votes after it was all said and done.
Yeah.
But yeah, John Carter versus The Conjuring. John Carter is out of there.
Took the L.
So The Conjuring moving on. Alongside Misery, Warm Bodies, A Goofy Movie, King Kong, Monsters, Inc., and Alita Battle Angel.
That Goofy movie sticks out like a goddamn sore thumb.
I'm telling you, people love Powerline.
I guess. Would it be unprecedented to, shuffle the next round?
We can.
So, I know it breaks bracket rules, but,
shuffle it up.
Shuffle them up just to
hey man,
mix it up a bit.
I'll follow you. Follow you to the ends of the earth.
All right. So this is the end of first round, right?
This is the last
upcoming
match.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
This upcoming match is the last match of the round.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe I'll work on that. I'll shuffle them up for you.
Okay. Just to make it interesting, because there's always some movies that I feel like are gonna go straight to the top because it's competition.
Yeah.
Isn't as strong on one side, but if we jumble it up, make it more interesting, maybe it'll have better contenders.
Well, maybe I'll conference with you. Maybe I'll let you pick what movies are pitted against each other.
Okay.
Since you're all high and mighty about
okay
what movies should move on.
All right. All right.
I'll let you.
Mostly just because I get
construct.
burned every week.
Yeah,
Mostly.
that's true. You're just like, I just want this movie to win one thing. So I need to pick the weakest movie and put it against it.
Yeah.
So I can feel like a winner,
That's right.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, this next one, Troy, I'm not going to lie, this one kind of sucks.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
kind of ending on a wet fart for this for this bracket, but it is they're both comedies.
Uh-huh.
One is a film about a newlywed couple trying to get along in their new neighborhood in 2014, and the other one is a film about a bunch of guys trying to bond in 2007. And I forgot to put the taglines down again, so I got to find the taglines.
2014. Is it We're the Millers?
It is not We Are the Millers.
Okay. I can't remember.
The tagline for the film from 2014 is... well, it's going to give it away. I'll just say it. Family versus Frat.
What? I've never even heard of that movie.
No, the tagline.
Such an idiot. It's Neighbors.
It is Neighbors, Troy.
Okay.
It is Neighbors. Although I've said in the past, Neighbors 2 is really good. I haven't seen Neighbors in a while, but I remember liking Neighbors 2.
Neighbors 2 is good. I still don't think it's as good as the first one, though.
Okay. Well, there you go. Neighbors is in the tournament, and then the film from 2007 about a bunch of guys getting together.
Is it The Hangover?
It is not The Hangover.
Okay.
It's way worse than The Hangover.
Hangover 2?
Hangover
Hangover 3.
The tagline, it's not nothing that involves a hangover.
Are you sure?
The tagline is, 4 guys from the suburbs hit the road, and the road hits back.
Huh. Is it like Wild Hogs or something?
It's fucking Wild Hogs.
Oh, God. Fucking Neighbors.
Neighbors versus Wild Hogs. My dad loves Wild Hogs.
Get out of here.
He loved it when it came out. And I was like, Duff. It is so old guy humor.
What? I've never seen Wild Hogs. Who's all in Wild? Like, is Tim Allen in
Tim
Wild?
Allen, Martin Lawrence, fucking Botoxed up John Travolta, and then poor William H. Macy just trying to fucking get a
God.
paycheck here.
Bill Macy?
Bill Macy's in this motherfucker.
What are you doing? God. All right. Vote with your dollars.
Vote, please. Don't let Wild Hogs move on.
They both just get voted out. If nobody votes for
if nobody
these,
votes, we'll just drop it and we'll just do like a 3-way.
that sounds good.
So there you go. Neighbors versus Wild Hogs. Vote or don't. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't think any of these are going to go through to the end.
Oh my God, that's
But it's
so
the
funny.
last match of the first round, so
Okay.
we're going to have the winner of that to go against The Conjuring, Misery, Warm Bodies, A Goofy Movie, King Kong, Monster Inc., Alita Battle Angel. Troy, what is your favorite out of all these so far? What's the one you kind of want to go to the end?
Can you list them off again?
Got Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Got Monsters Inc. Got King Kong. I have A Goofy Movie, Warm Bodies, Misery, and The Conjuring, as well as the winner of Neighbors versus Wild Hogs.
I'm leaning towards either Misery, maybe King Kong.
Ooh.
Those are my top 2 contenders.
All right, King Kong or Misery.
Yes.
That's what you have to vote out, guys. So get ready. Get ready.
I better be a good shuffler.
So there you have it. The
Okay.
tournament is hot. On fire, baby.
Oh my God, it's hot fire.
It's hot fire. But that's way down the road, Troy. We got tonight. tonight.
Tonight. Da, 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 da.
I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Because this is a night. It's a Night of the Roxbury song.
Oh.
So when they grab the asses.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yep.
Fall in love with you. Oh, no. I don't know.
Very good,
Good to be true.
Anyway, everyone gets the asses.
Yeah.
Some good ass grabbing.
You had a
going
pretty
on.
good pick for Charm Type for a song. I even messaged you.
Thank you. I also liked it.
It's a good.
Very good.
Very 90s.
Thank you. It won the hearts of millions. And you.
Good. I'm a million people.
Well, that'll bring us to the main event of the evening.
Yes.
We pushed it aside long enough.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
Yeah. We're getting so close to the release of Godzilla, King of the Monsters,
That's right.
that we have to talk about the film that started this franchise altogether.
That's right.
The Gareth Evans 2014 film, Godzilla.
You bet. It dropped May 16th, 2014.
Some release.
That's right. Almost.
May 14th.
We only like a
little bit above
week
it.
off. Week off of being a
5 years.
ago.
Holy shit.
I know. Had a budget of $160 million.
Bryan Cranston's so young in this.
Domestically made $200.6 million. Worldwide, $529 million.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes has it at 75%. IMDb, 6.4 out of 10. Metacritic, 62%. And Darren's World of Entertainment,
Yeah.
3 stars.
Out of.
Don't know.
Okay.
Didn't
What
have...
was the IMDb?
IMDb was 6.4 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, not. I said, always hear not a lot of love for this film.
This one was split on its release when it came out
Yeah.
as well.
This is a very. I've heard a lot of love it or hate it in terms of critics. I don't really hear a lot of in between for it.
Mm-hmm. But now that it's been out for 5 years, maybe people have mellowed on their opinion a bit.
Maybe we've mellowed. Maybe we've changed our minds. Maybe we don't think it's good. Maybe we think it's good now.
Well, surprised to tell you, JT, this is the first time I've seen it all the way through.
Really?
In one stretch.
Yeah.
I've seen the beginning a few times, and I've seen the end a few times.
Yeah.
But never together.
Not the middle pieces?
Not the middle conjoining pieces. So I've been, I was
What
really...
an interesting concept for you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, JT, what happened in Godzilla?
Well, we are following a family. God damn it. I can't remember. I think it's like Ford. Like
Yeah,
the
sure.
Ford family.
Sure.
The patriarch, played by Bryan Cranston, is the head of a nuclear power plant in Japan who comes across a creature that causes a nuclear meltdown and in the process kills his wife,
Yes.
to which he becomes obsessed to try and find out what exactly happened on that day. Meanwhile, his son, who works for the army as some kind of explosives specialist, is back home, and when he's told that his father is arrested outside of the quarantine zone where where this nuclear power plant melted down, he goes to try and bail him out. And while there, they come across the idea that not only is a creature involved, but there might be another creature that they think was involved from a long time ago by the name of Godzilla. Jesus Christ.
Yes. Very good, JT. What I actually liked a lot about this movie is its restraint.
Yeah.
Much like Jaws in the 70s film, didn't show a lot of Godzilla because you don't even see Godzilla until like an hour through the movie.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that, but
I'd
Excuse
say
me.
like maybe like the half-hour point. It's funny because I always say that Bryan Cranston double billed himself as playing both Bryan Cranston and Godzilla because Godzilla shows up right when Bryan Cranston dies.
yeah. Bryan Cranston also at the height of his popularity when this came out.
Yeah, they like fucking put his face front and center when this movie came out.
Yeah. He was like
I think he was like coming right off of Breaking Bad when he made this.
yeah, so he had like his name was out there for almost every single film that came out within the year span of this.
Yeah.
And just surprisingly enough that he dies in this, which applaud like Bryan Cranston for like, yeah, I'll be in it.
Not even
I'll
like
die.
it's not even like that epic of a death. He like dies like choking like
Yeah, I know. Like I kind of forgot that he kind of goes out in that way.
yeah, like a crane falls on him and then he dies on a chopper on the way to the hospital.
Yeah. The main character is more Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
I just from all of the promotional material that I saw leading up to this, you would think that Bryan Cranston's
Oh, I know.
this
They
whole
put
movie.
him all over like they pretty much put every scene he's in the trailers for this. Like he's the biggest deal.
Yes.
And in all honesty, Bryan Cranston is probably the best actor in this whole movie.
Yeah, he's really good in this movie.
Yeah. All of like the small, even like the small scenes he has, like down to when he's trying to save his wife.
Yep.
Up to like that interrogation scene I thought was really cool. Where he's like, he comes off as such a fucking madman. But then it's like you followed up to this point where you're like, I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah.
He just seems like a crazy person.
Right. Especially to the fact that like only a select government agency knows that he's even up to anything correct.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, it's something.
Yeah.
It's something. It's not an earthquake.
Yeah.
It's something out there.
Yeah. It's waves!
So he ends up being right. There are monsters out there. They find one at this like mine somewhere, right?
Yeah.
They find that like
In the
that
very
cocoon.
beginning. It's like even before the nuclear plant melts down. Because I think that's the thing that causes the meltdown is like they go to this mine and they're like, oh, we found like this huge pocket of like just dug up earth. We didn't even know this existed. And then they find like what seems like the skeleton of like a large creature, but like there's like this one thing or like these two eggs or something that are like down there.
These two pupas.
Yeah, pupas.
And one of them seemed to have split open.
Yeah. The thing that I like the most about this movie is that I love their reveals of the monsters, because usually like in these giant monster movies, they'll sneak up on somebody where it's like, how the fuck did this giant ass thing sneak up on you?
Right.
It's enormous.
Yes.
But like their reveals in this is like they come across something where it's like, hey, that's off. And then they like kind of like look and they see like a trail that leads to a bigger trail that leads to a giant hole that leads to this enormous trail that leads into the ocean where you're like, oh shit, how'd I miss that? And they kind of do that throughout, where that's how they kind of reveal a lot of them, where it's not like this giant creature just pops in and is like, surprise, bitch!
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like one little thing leads to a bigger thing, leads to a bigger thing, leads to an enormous thing, leads to a, shit, I probably should have looked more before I started following these small breadcrumbs.
Yes. And I really like that. The scope of this movie, the scale of all the creatures in it, I think is amazing. Like you really feel like Godzilla is this towering creature.
Yeah. And I just like how they present the creatures themselves. Like you can see their motives. Like they're not like going into cities and just being like, blah, just like fucking like going in and just like smashing things. They're just literally walking in a straight line to where they want to go. And then any building that's in their path, they just
walk over. Yeah.
Like it's never a thing where they like there's a part where it's in Vegas and it doesn't go through Vegas like toppling over the Taj Mahal. It's just like it just walks in a continuous line to where it needs to go.
Yeah. Yeah, very smart. The one thing I would criticize this movie about is that I don't like the Muto design very much. And when this movie came out too, it didn't like it kind of confused people on why they used these made up creatures.
Yeah.
Instead of use like established Godzilla creatures already.
I know. It was weird because this movie feels like I think Gareth Evans had an idea for a giant monster movie, and like maybe a production studio was like, well, if it's a giant monster, Godzilla's got to fight it.
Yeah.
Because like I'm going to say right now, I like this movie, but I think this is a real shitty Godzilla movie.
I'll tag on to that saying I also like this movie and I think more people should see it.
Yeah.
But I do wish I like their restraint with Godzilla, and I like the way that some of it's shown as it's like a person's perspective seeing this monstrous fight.
Yeah, that's another thing that I like about it too.
But there were moments where I'm like, I kind of want to see more of this. I don't need to see like the last 45 minutes be like an all-out slugfest.
Yeah.
Like a Man of Steel ending or anything like that. But like I liked the action carrying on with the monsters fighting in the background.
Yeah.
But at some points I would have liked to see just like 2 more minutes.
Yeah.
Of like a drag out battle between these monsters.
Yeah. I don't. For me, it felt like Godzilla was like such a shoehorned thing in this movie. Like they put Godzilla in it because it's called Godzilla. Like I feel like there was a bigger idea for like this Muto character and what they were doing with him. Like the Muto creatures seem like they have a bigger spotlight on them than Godzilla does.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla spends 75% of this movie swimming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I just feel like whoever made this, I feel like they had an inspired motive to create these Muto creatures, and then they presented it to a production studio and they were like, oh, well, if they're big creatures, why don't they just fight Godzilla? Let's get the rights for Godzilla and you can have them fight Godzilla. It's like, well, this isn't a Godzilla movie. This is like my creatures. It was like, well, either you put Godzilla in it or we're just not going to make it.
All right, it's a Godzilla movie.
Fucking put Godzilla in there. Like so much of it is just like they go into great detail about these Muto characters, and then fucking Ken Watanabe chimes in and he's like, but then Godzilla also exists too.
Yeah.
Like so much of that movie
Pretty
is
much
this.
like verbatim what he
It's
said.
so much that like like so much of it is like, oh my god, these Muto characters did all this, and then in the background like Ken Watanabe is just like, watch a slideshow about Godzilla.
Hey, these things are pretty big, just like Godzilla. Ever heard of them?
That's exactly what it is. Exactly what it is.
I do like that slideshow about when he was bringing up Godzilla and like the nuclear test they did in the 50s.
Yeah, where it wasn't
like,
a test; they were just trying to kill him.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, that's a good twist on this.
It's sweet.
So, doing research on this movie, I also found out that the Mutos were a second choice of what they wanted to do, because they originally planned on doing like Mothra and King Ghidorah, I think. But while Mothra may be like a mutation from Earth, King Ghidorah is like an alien,
Okay.
which I never knew because I don't know a ton about Godzilla. And they're like, that's kind of weird.
And meanwhile, in this next movie, it's gonna be like, we found them all on a rock. They just don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, that's why I kind of want to lead to like what we've gotten after this movie, because this movie came out and it did pretty well right off the bat.
Yeah.
The Japanese thought it was a pretty good representation for the first time, of Americanized Godzilla film.
Yeah.
And so as it premiered, this movie already got 2 sequels greenlit on its premiere.
Jesus.
And so I was like, well, that's a little preemptive, I think, to have Greenlight 2. But then they also, from there, expanded it to be like, well, we're also going to do like this Monsterverse. And this came out, I think, even like a year after. Because they're like, well, we're going to do King Kong, and then they're going to meet. Ooh. And so everyone's like, oh, I want to see that.
Yeah.
But then you also had the juxtaposition of this film, which I think takes itself pretty seriously.
It does, yeah.
And then you have Kong Skull Island, which might as well be a cartoon.
Yeah, in a lot of points, it's like a borderline cartoon.
And so, to find the middle ground of this, I think is going to be the most interesting thing.
I know. Yeah. Let's see a universe where they figure out that electronics won't work, so they create these clockwork type devices to try and make them work, combined with a universe where Tom Hiddleston hits a pool ball with a pool cue like a baseball bat.
That's not even the most ridiculous part.
And it's not yeah.
Well, like, even, like, Kong Skull Island is, like, so bright and colorful compared to this. There's, like, a lot of this is just, like, in the dark.
Yeah.
Which I think...
It's very gray.
Yeah. Which I also didn't like as much. And maybe it was because maybe it was the angle I was watching it at, but I'm like, I can't even tell what's going on half the time.
Yeah.
Which I know that adds to the mystery of, like, kind of hiding the whole size of Godzilla and having the mystery of these monsters.
Yeah.
But, like, even, like, some people parts, I'm just like, there's not a whole lot I can really look at
like,
here.
Especially with, like, the color scheme, it gave me, like, a very Batman v Superman feel.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
Like, not like how it's, like, shot or anything, but, like, the color scheme was just very gray. Lots of blues and grays and...
Yeah. Even then... Even when they would have pops of color, like the Halo jump scene with the red...
Oh, the red... Oh,
that was really cool.
That was really cool.
But you know what actually bummed me out? It's like, I think they did it in the trailer better.
Yeah, because you don't really see the body of Godzilla until they get right up next to it.
Yeah.
Like, in the movie, you can see it right away, but, like... Yeah, I remember in the trailer they did that whole scene and they played it out where, like... They're jumping and they don't really see anything and they just kind of like look off to their right and they're just right next to the body of Godzilla where you're like, oh,
and they're continually falling down, right beside Godzilla for like a while.
Yeah, like their red smoke is like, I think because they have like flares too, like in the trailer, and like their flares are lighting up the fact that they are right next to Godzilla and everything else is pitch black.
Right. Whereas in this one, they do the Halo jump, and they do have still like the red flares and stuff.
Yeah.
But like they're coming down on him already fighting a Muto.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see the action going on as they jump.
Yep.
But I'm like, man, that trailer shot was great.
Yeah. Because I think the trailer even presented itself where you didn't even know it was a Godzilla trailer until they like, he's like lit up by like their flares as they're falling to the ground. You're like, oh, that's badass.
Yeah. It was pretty good. I want to go back to a little bit about the Muto design. Like, I ended up liking those creatures in this movie.
Yeah.
Because they were I guess in hindsight, I liked them. If I were to watch this and not knowing that there's going to be any sequels whatsoever, like, why would you create characters when Godzilla has, like, a cast of wonderful monsters for it to fight? Especially since one can fly like a Mothra.
Yeah.
And the other one can be like another dragon-esque type character.
Yep. Yeah.
Which they also have.
Yeah.
But knowing that they're going to do like this King of Monsters movie, I'm like, well, this can just set the precedent of like how Godzilla is, and they can fully just dispose of these things regardless. Like, it can just tear them apart. I'm like, okay, that's cool. And they can do whatever they want. They can do a whole like egg-laying scene and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Completely. Nobody like do like a weird redo of like the Madison Square Garden scene from the other Godzilla.
For sure.
But like again, like I'd be on board with that, but like me watching this, it just felt like Godzilla was such an afterthought where it's like, okay, if you want to use this movie to set up Godzilla, that's cool, but actually set up Godzilla. I feel they spend so much time setting up the Mutos that by the time they introduce Godzilla, it's just like, well, you know him. Or it's like, if you're setting up a movie where you're trying to introduce him, don't be like, you know, this guy.
See, I didn't have any problem with that, though. I don't mind that they spent more time on the characters we didn't know and let a pre-established character that pretty much everyone generally knows come in and be like, now I'm a threat, and you know it because of pre-established history.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have to do all that hard work to carry that, and like have like just screen time just to set up what a Godzilla is.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. for me personally, and maybe it's just a personal preference, but like I always feel like when you start a new franchise, even if it's a character you know, you need to set up something where it's like this is what this character is in this universe that you're following. And I feel like this movie was just kind of like, you know him, don't worry about him. Here's the Mudos, where it's like, yeah, these I do want to get to know these creatures, but we're not going to have these creatures around much longer. Like, just I'd rather know less about them and know like the history of this Godzilla that we're going to see in a bunch of future movies, as opposed to creating a huge backstory for these creatures that are going to be dead in 2 hours.
Yeah. And even with that being said, like, even those monsters take a backseat of the human stuff in this more.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. I really enjoyed that, though.
I did.
There's
I did too.
There's so many monster movies where you're just like, fuck the humans. All of their stories are stupid. And you're just kind of like left to being like, I'm just waiting for you to get done talking about your bullshit so I can watch more monsters fight. But with this, they actually kind of made you like interested in their stories and what they were doing.
Yeah.
Like, this kind of felt like Cloverfield without the shaky cam.
And better.
And better, yeah.
I Did you
But
hear
like,
that?
yeah.
What the hell is that?
But no, I like Cloverfield for what it was, but this felt like, what if we take Cloverfield and we don't do the found footage? We do it as like, we do these big sweeping shots of what the creatures are doing, and I don't know, I like that, like especially like all the things where it's like, okay, it came from here to here to here to here to here. You're watching its entire path up to where you see it like walking and creating chaos.
Yeah.
And they don't really show a lot of destruction, but they show like the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
And
it's pretty devastating.
Yeah, but I like that. And then they take it from the perspective of the people that are seeing this, whether it's like news footage or the people that are on the ground. It's never really from the monster's perspective, which I love. It felt refreshing for like a giant monster film.
Yeah, I see. Like, I can't ever really get into like a monster film that is just like monsters slugging it out.
Yeah,
because I'm like, it's not interesting.
Yeah,
it's fun for like 5 minutes, and then it's like, okay, there's more of this. Mm-hmm. Unless it's like a really ingenious type of way to do it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, I liked that it did step back and it had like a human element where you could get behind. Granted, some parts of it, like, I did find myself zoning out. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, this is kind of boring here and there. But I liked it on the whole. And then when
Preparation H.
Yeah. I actually looked forward to the monster stuff coming. Like, it like had me like, okay, here it's coming now. Yep. Like, it built up to something big.
Yeah.
And then it actually left me wanting more in a good way. Like, I wasn't disappointed. Even after I saw it, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, that fight was pretty good. Like, I did want a little bit more of it, but if it went on any longer than that, I think it would have outstayed its welcome. Yeah. I think they balanced it very well.
There's like one scene in here where like someone's like watching TV, and then they show like the fight between Godzilla and one of the Mudos like fighting on the news channel, and someone changes the channel. We're like, God damn it!
Yeah. Some of that was like, oh, okay, I don't know, but the one thing I wanted to go back and say, like, the design of the Mudos, I didn't think was all that inspired, because it looked a lot like previous monster things that I've already.
It felt like a robotic version of the Cloverfield monster.
Yeah, it reminded me a lot of the Cloverfield monster. It looked a lot like the bugs from Starship Troopers. Yeah. But just really big.
Yeah.
And, like, even the design of that has, like, even bled into a bit of, like, Stranger Things. The big, huge monster kind of looks like these Mudos.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, the design isn't all that inspired to me.
But I do like their whole backstory thing about how they're almost kind of ran on nuclear power.
Yeah, like, that's why they're off radiation.
Yeah, like that's why they're glowing so much. Mm-hmm. Where like they're almost kind of like ran by like electricity, kind of. Like that's what kind of gives them the power to be able to like shut things down and stuff. Mm-hmm. Which I got problems with that at the end. Like, why are you flying jets when you know they have this capability?
Oh, yeah.
Like at the end, they have all those jets flying out of the sky. Where it's like, why did you bring jets?
It makes for a cool image.
Yes, I mean, it's a cool image, but it was like, they even like go out of their way to be like, we're taking a train because we know they can. That's the one thing we have that the Muto can't stop, and we're like re-rigging this nuclear bomb so that it's done by clockwork.
Yeah,
like
it's analog and not.
So then it's cool. They're like doing they're taking all these measures to make sure that they're not getting fucked over the Mutos. But then in the end, they're still using all these fucking electrified boats and fucking jets, and they're just like flying around, and then it does it, and then like, oh fuck, all of our things don't work.
Yeah.
It's like, you literally spent a whole scene like setting up your crew so you don't have to depend on electricity for this one instance.
I actually found that as like a weird thing that these monsters can do. Like, so they feed off radiation.
Yeah.
I get that, because that whole city that was supposed to be quarantined because of the meltdown had 0 traces of radiation in it.
Yeah.
Because the monsters
They were eating it.
They were eating it and fed off of it. Which I'm like, oh, that's kind of a smart idea. But then anytime they stomp their feet, they like sent out an EMP. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
I felt like it was more of an attack, 'cause they didn't do it every time they stomped.
No, but like, yeah, it is an attack. But I'm like, that just seems like an odd. But then I guess Godzilla can shoot radiation breath. So what's my big complaint of this? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Think about it too hard, it just all falls apart.
Took me out of the movie. Took me out of this giant monster movie that they can release EMP waves.
Yeah. A funny little tidbit of information about this, that the U.S. Marine Corps were first approached for this movie to be like a big highlight in it, and they read the script and rejected it, only to be picked up by the U.S. Navy thinking like, we'll do it. So like, no offense to the Navy, but I'm like, why did the U.S. Marine Corps think that this is not up to par with them, but the Navy are like, yeah, we'll do it.
Hey, man,
they need good
Marines
publicity
are hard
or whatever. I don't know.
We're too busy trying to kill Osama.
Oh yeah, Godzilla. What's harder than that?
Marines are like the jocks, just like nerds.
I actually, because I haven't seen this as a whole, and I missed parts of the end, that I was actually surprised at the end where Godzilla is like the savior of man, even to the point where on a TV bulletin it said, Godzilla, king of the monsters, saves the world, or whatever. And I'm like, really? These people really jump behind Godzilla very quickly.
Yeah, but I like how they kind of set it up where it's like Godzilla's that one thing where it's like, what? There's something bigger than me? Oh, that shit can't live.
That's true.
Yeah. They kind of set it up throughout the movie where it's like, oh yeah, every time there's something that's like starting to get like remotely close to the size of Godzilla, it just comes out of hiding and just kills the fuck out of it. Because there's no, it just cannot stand that something can be as big as it can.
Yeah. I also want to know, what skeleton were they in when they went in that mine? Because that thing went on for ages.
Oh, I know. It was the dragon from Iron Fist.
Oh, very good. But that one had to have been in New York, so maybe it was the dragon's brother.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. There's multiple dragons, Troy.
Oh, that's very true.
They're mining its bones for magic.
That's right. I mean, these cities were built on top of the carcasses of dragons.
Fuck the Defenders. Show sucks so bad.
It stinks so.
Thank God that Netflix has just clearly gotten rid of them now. They're awful.
Anything? Is there something that you said you hated in this?
What did
You
I
said
say
you
that
hated
I
it or you liked it up until the end, where something like just drove you nuts. Or did we already talk about it?
Maybe it was the whole thing about like the electricity and stuff. I don't know. I didn't really hate it all in all. Like it was. I liked it for what it was. Like I said, I don't think it's a good Godzilla movie. I feel like for being named Godzilla is such a third-party character in all the things that are going on. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like it goes like the Mutos are pretty important, the humans are pretty important, and then Godzilla's just like, well, I'll kill him for you. I'll just show up and kill him, and then I'll just go leave after that. Mm-hmm. Like Godzilla is there, he plays an important part, but you don't really get to know what Godzilla is.
Yeah.
Like, if you go into this being like, I want to know what Godzilla is, unless you know what Godzilla is, you're not even gonna fucking know. Like,
Yeah.
So what? Some big dragon thing comes in and fucking blows fire breath into its neck and cuts its head off and then leaves. Why is it called Godzilla then? I barely saw it.
It's cool as hell, though.
that was a badass fucking kill. Killing that last Muto, I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Just cracking open its jaws
Yeah.
and spewing its radiation
Yeah, just like
breath.
shooting fire into its neck until it comes off. Like, fuck yeah.
Definitely gave him the business.
That was a badass kill.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, it's a good movie, just not a good Godzilla movie, in my opinion.
Well, I'll agree to disagree with you there.
All right.
I did like that it showed restraint on the title character a little bit, just because I think the public knowledge of it lets you know everything you need to know, so you could dwell on other things, and when your title character comes back, you're like really rooting for him
Yeah.
to kick some monster ass. So what would you grade Godzilla on this rewatch?
Well, as a movie, I would definitely give it a B.
Uh-huh.
I liked it all the way through. There are, like you said, there are some slow parts in there, but I do like that they take it from a more human perspective in terms of the monsters, because I think like a lot of monster movies kind of go up their own ass and just kind of write just bullshit for humans to talk about to build up time for them to build up to these giant monster fights. So then it's just like, so I don't give a shit what these humans are doing then. But here they actually kind of build it up so where you're actually following the human storyline and actually being invested in it. So I appreciate that. But yeah, all in all, I like their aesthetic and how they go with it. And I didn't bring this up. I fucking love the score.
Oh, I don't think I noticed the score all that much.
Dude, the score they play when they're doing the opening credits, it got me super jazzed.
I want to say I read something about the music in this, is that they actually took the original Godzilla theme and like updated it for the modern time, but I don't know where they placed it at, though.
Dude, that fucking that theme they play in the opening credits, like dun, 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 and they're just like going through like all this footage of like Godzilla getting bombed and shit. And I was jazzed for it when they played that opening credits theme. I was really into it.
Okay.
So yeah, the score is really good. A lot of like the look and aesthetic of it's really good. Bryan Cranston's kicks ass in the 30 minutes that he's in this movie.
Yep.
And so yeah, all in all, I'll give it a B. I really enjoyed it.
Okay. I think I liked it just as much as you, so I'm also going to give it a B. I just happen to like different things about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's a strong entry. I'm in the camp that it really enjoys this movie. I'm really looking forward to King of Monsters on how they try to like balance out where they're going to end up.
I feel like they're just going to dumb it. I think they're going to dumb it down way more.
I also think, I don't know if dumb it down is going to be like the correct term,
but
like,
it feels very monster fighty.
Yes.
It's
not going to be the same kind of movie.
Nope, not at all.
So I guess we'll look forward to seeing that in a couple weeks to follow up on this. And our Kong Skull Island, which we'll probably do maybe a flashback review of right before, so we get all three of these.
There you
go. Lined up.
There you go.
To there.
We'll do that.
So, yeah. Good flick. Good flick, in my opinion.
Good flick.
Double B's. Let me write that down. I'm forgetting to write all these down.
Double B's.
B's. I'm going to look at that later and be like, what does that mean? B5s. Anything else you've been into, JT?
Well, I saw the movie The Man That Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot.
Yeah.
With, God damn it, what's his name? I have to look it up, maybe. Old guy.
It's not William Hurt, is it?
It's not William Hurt.
So
Sam Elliott.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
I can never remember Sam Elliott's name.
Really?
I love him in everything that I see him in for the most part, and I can never remember his name. I always want to call him William Hurt for no reason. For no reason. So when I said William Hurt just now, I meant Sam Elliott.
Well, it's Sam Elliott.
Great.
Not
I was
William
picturing Sam Elliott.
I'm sure you were. I'm not going to hold it past you.
I
Troy.
feel like you're doubting me.
But yeah, The Man That Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot, starring Sam Elliott. I saw the film, and Troy, it's very disappointing.
I figured it was going to be.
Like, the things that you're gonna watch this movie for are a grand total of maybe 10 minutes, and a lot of it after that is just him like reflecting on his life. Like, what
I
have
don't care for that.
What have I done? I just want to live my life and pet my dog. And I got this guy asking me to kill Bigfoot.
Is there a Bigfoot?
There's a Bigfoot. The Bigfoot looks like shit, in my opinion. In this. It is a cheap-ass Bigfoot. When they introduce the Bigfoot, they do like a thing where, so like he gets ass, and they just cut right to when he first shoots Bigfoot. So like the first time you see him, it's like the reticle of his gun, and it looks like a guy in a monkey suit.
No.
Where you're like, what the fuck?
That's too bad.
Like, granted, when you get like more up close and personal, you can see they did a little bit more.
Yeah.
But like, it's like a quick cut where quick cut, a quick cock. It's a quick cut where it's like through the reticle, shoots him, and then he cuts away real fast. So like, from that, it just looks like a guy in a monkey suit. Where I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. That's too bad.
But then outside of that, you can just tell it's just like this one of these low budget movies where they had this selling point of you get a scene where he kills Hitler and you get a scene where he kills Bigfoot. And then outside of that, it's just you're watching Sam Elliott be like, I'm old. I lived a weird life and I'm old and I'm going to keep thinking about it.
Damn.
And then and other times I'm just going to have flashbacks about this blonde chick I fell in love with and I just go on weird awkward dates with. In between the times where I killed Hitler and Bigfoot.
Damn.
It's just, yeah, it's if that stuff was interesting, I would give it a shot, but even that shit's really boring. So yeah, I don't know, can't really say check it out.
All right,
because I was really disappointed with it. It's kind of sucked.
Damn.
But I also saw the sequel to Happy Death Day, entitled Happy Death Day to You.
Yeah.
And I can't say with a clear conscience that you're going to like it if you liked Happy Death Day.
Okay.
Because they go a completely different route with Happy Death Day to You.
Okay.
Like, they go, like, the sci-fi, interdimensional route.
Oh, okay.
With Happy Death Day to You.
Like, with parallel realities and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it goes, like, way weirder than the first one. Like, the first one, it's pretty clear-cut, like, girl gets killed, wakes up the same day, and has to keep reliving it, trying to find her killer.
Okay.
In this one, they go into, like, parallel realities, and she's, like, floating through, like, these other versions of her where things are different from her reality, and she has to, like, make these decisions based on, like, science and, like, weird...
Science.
Like weird made-up physics shit where you're like... This is a completely different fucking movie than Happy Death Day.
That sounds actually really fun to me. Like, that stuff actually really interests me a lot.
Yeah.
Even if it's, like, totally goofy and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, it's goofy. And they do like a fun montage where it's like she has to, in order to try and get back to her reality, she has to, like, work with these other, like, kids in this, like, science class to build this algorithm. But then every time it fails, she has to do it again. So it's like, you see like this montage of her killing herself so she can go back to the same time. And there's just like some fun shit where like she's walking down like the aisle of a supermarket and she's just like looking through and just grabs a big thing of Drano and just like cheers a guy standing down the other side and just like chugs the whole thing. Like, so like, there's, like, fun stuff like that. Like, I still enjoyed the movie. I think I might have liked the first one a little bit more just because it had more of a simple plot to it. But this one's pretty good, too. So I would definitely check out Happy Death Day to You as well. But you do need to watch the first one before you watch the second one because...
I kind of got that from the trailer.
Yeah. They reference a lot of things from the first one that you're not even going to get in the slightest if you haven't seen the...
Okay.
So you need to watch the first one.
maybe I'm gonna have some days off here in the upcoming future, so maybe I'll try to watch some of these things.
There's some fun movies. Definitely check them out.
I heard they were really fun, even though at first glance I was like, I feel like I've seen this before.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out. I will check these out.
Go for it.
I can't say soon, but sometime
your
I will.
deathbed.
Yeah.
More deathbed viewing.
That's right. Anything else?
That's it.
I have fully caught up with DC Universe's Doom Patrol show.
All right.
I want to say right now, it's probably one of my favorite TV shows I've watched all year.
Oh, wow.
Like, I didn't expect this at all. And I think non-fans of the franchise will also like it.
Okay.
I think the emotional beats of this show are the best parts of it.
All right.
They rival like any other show for like emotional beats.
Yeah.
There's like and everybody gets a moment to have one of those.
All right.
And there's 5 main characters.
Yeah.
And there's still one more episode to go and it's its finale.
Yeah.
Where everything I guess is going to come to a head. But it's like it pulls actually quite a bit from the reference material, which is goofy as shit, but it doesn't like nix it like at all. It doesn't try to like simplify it or anything. It's like, nope, this is just goofy shit, off the wall stuff. It's fourth wall breaking. I think all the characters are well acted. I do think Brendan Fraser plays it a little bit over the top.
Does he clap in this?
He not that I can recall. The only thing I will knock it for, and that's I say it all the time, is that some of the writing, when it gets down to like being like argumentative or in your face, it comes off as very juvenile because they just curse all the time.
Yeah, I know you said that was kind of a thing that you didn't like when it first started, was that it felt like they really took liberties with the cursing.
Yeah, and normally I wouldn't really care. Like, I've seen a Scorsese movie before.
Oh, yeah.
But even that feels like it fits.
And you've listened to a show of ours.
Yeah, especially when we've, like, had way too much to drink.
Yeah.
That's too bad for everyone.
I'm telling you.
But,
the fucking Iron Man 2. The goddamn...
Yeah.
Fucking lasers.
Have I told you about Civil War?
Yeah. Lasers in Civil War. Don't get me started when I'm drunk.
But I really think if it ever comes to Netflix or anything like that,
yeah,
or just I think it's worth the free first month.
Yeah,
if you wanted to get it and
I
just
saw
watch
they
it.
put the pilot up on YouTube for free. I might watch that.
And I think the pilot's pretty strong.
Sweet, I might check that out then.
Yeah. And so yeah, I would recommend it to everyone. So it actually has me pretty excited for Swamp Thing. That's coming out at the end of this month.
Ooh.
Even though it has, I guess, an odd production where they cut it short from 13 episodes to 10.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. But from what I've seen of it, it looks good. Like, physically looks good. So hopefully story-wise it takes a little bit of that as well. I've also... in the last 2 episodes, they introduced one of my favorite characters, Flex Mentallo.
Yeah.
Who is like this bygone era, like, muscle man, and his powers are that he can pretty much do anything just by flexing the right muscle. And at one point in the books, he tries to flex so hard he turns the Pentagon into a circle. Like the actual Washington Pentagon. He needs to infiltrate it, and he tries to defeat it by flexing so hard it just turns the Pentagon into a circle. And it hasn't happened yet in the show, but if they don't do it in this last episode, I'm going to be pretty butthurt about it.
Is that guy that we did, that I taped a thing with Imperious Rex for?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. The Muscle Man of Mystery.
Jesus.
Or the Man of Muscle Mystery. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. And then I've just been playing just a little bit of Red Dead.
But fishing.
Like, if...
That's a mighty fine fish.
That's now my pinned tweet. But, because I love it so much. Like, I didn't play it a whole lot over the weekend, like maybe 2 hours. That was about it. But I'm trying to get through the story now.
Yeah.
And then I got to a point where I got to a point where I didn't hunt a legendary fish yet. So I'm like, all right, I'll start fishing or whatever. Chelsea walks in at that point in time, is like, is that all you do in this game is fish? And I'm like, no, I just happened to be in the area and I got prompted there's a legendary fish here, I'm gonna fish. And so she's like, all right. And then she comes back a little bit later and I'm actually doing a mission where a guy has you go fish. And she comes in that point too. It's like, I don't believe you now. All you do in this game is that, and I can't take you seriously. But now that's like my favorite tweet I've ever done. It's just the ending to...
That's a beautiful fish.
That is a beautiful fish. Yeah, she is a beaut, huh? Well, so long.
So long.
It's my favorite thing in the world now. It totally sums up my whole Red Dead experience in that 7-second clip.
She is, isn't she? Well, so long.
Well, so long. So good. So yeah, I think that's all.
All right.
That's pretty much all I've been into.
Actually, I got some other things that I was into. I forgot about. I started watching. I bought it on Amazon because I've been really curious. They Viceland's Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about it before. We started.
they I think there's like 6 episodes, but it's a lot. It's they cover like a story of like something in wrestling that either is controversial or like just depressing in some way.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of like they combine like a true crime story with wrestling, where they cover a lot of like the Macho Man's relationship with Elizabeth, which was kind of abusive, and the death of Gino Hernandez, which a lot of people speculated was murder.
Oh boy.
And the Montreal Screwjob they talk about, like just a lot of like stuff. And it's interesting, especially for people that aren't really into wrestling. I feel like
they would still get stuff out of this.
They explain it in a way where you'll understand what they're talking about when they go into great detail about like why this is a thing.
Awesome.
Like I think even like especially like in the Montreal Screwjob thing, they have like Jim Cornette explain what kayfabe is.
Cool.
But
I guess if you don't know, then it helps.
But it's interesting because it's like there's even like they have a episode on the Fabulous Moolah, which I didn't know shit about her, and they had that whole controversy with her where they like cut her name out of that women's battle royal because she was accused of like being like a pimp and abusing women and all this shit. And it's interesting. And they even like talk about the death of Bruiser Brody that I didn't know too much about too.
Okay.
Like it's pretty fascinating. So like if you're just even like have like an inkling of interest into wrestling and you kind of wanted to get like the lowdown on all these like crazy events that have happened in the past, like check out Dark Side of the Ring on like Vice. I think it's on Viceland or something, but I just bought it online.
Okay.
I think it was only like $10 too.
Okay.
It's pretty cheap. And me and Molly have been watching New Girl as like a thing to watch in the background. That show gets fucking funny as hell.
Yeah.
Like in the 4th season even, like Coach is hilarious.
Yeah, when he comes back.
Yeah.
I don't know what season he comes back
Yeah, it's
in.
like season 4 he comes back and he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. I did end up falling off that show, I think, on that season or maybe the season after. But we would keep up with it as it was coming out on Hulu. Yeah. But we first caught up with like we binged the first 2 seasons. And then we would catch up with it as it came out. Yeah. And I actually really liked it. I grew to love Jake Johnson from this show. Yeah. And I even like the guy who plays Winston, I actually ended up really liking. And now I look for him and everything. But like, who's the other guy in it? What's his name?
Guy that plays Schmidt.
Schmidt. He is like probably my favorite dude in this. He's so
hilarious.
Good.
He's hilarious. Yeah. I love all of it. Like everyone plays like a certain strength in it where you just can't wait for anyone to say anything. Yes. It is fantastic. But I think we're getting to a point now where I think Molly's watched it all the way through and she said like it really takes a downturn like at a certain point, and we've reached that point now where I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it's still good, but then it's like Molly's being like, no, it when it plummets hard, and I'm like, God damn it.
I don't know if it plummets hard. I think I more or less got like I'm like, okay, like I get it. That's kind of like how I got, and I'm like, I kind of want to go on to something else.
Yeah.
More or less. I mean, when you're in like your 5th season or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to keep like your
Oh yeah.
keep it fresh.
And I know like Megan Fox like replaces God damn it.
Schmitty's crush.
No, she replaces the new girl herself, Zoe Deschanel. She like
Oh.
replaces her like
Oh,
near
really?
the end. Yeah. Where it's like that sounds awful.
Yeah, I didn't even know that happened. To be honest, I didn't watch
Yeah.
that far.
Like I guess like she leaves the show and then they replace her with Megan Fox.
Yikes.
Yeah. So it's just like okay. Okay, we'll see if it stays good up to that point. Shut
Yeah.
up, Google. But oh no, what did it say?
She said okay. Oh no. So I'd watch her tires. She slashed them by now.
Hey Google, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Not even an answer.
Jesus. It's so pissed. And then outside of that, the season finale of Barry took place too.
Oh, I need to watch
And
all that.
yeah, season 2 is just as good.
Damn.
I think I would say Barry's probably my favorite show on TV right now.
Saw you tweet that.
Yeah. Definitely check out Barry.
Barry.
And that's
I've
it.
seen more people like really go on about like how great Barry is than like any other show on TV right
And
now,
it's
I think.
perfect. It's a half hour,
Yeah.
but they still do like enough like drama and stuff where you're just like, why doesn't every show be a half hour?
Yeah. I'm way into that idea.
Yeah. Like there's so many shows where it's like, well, we're dramatic, so we have to be an hour so that we can really build up the drama. Where it's like, Barry accomplishes that and comedy in a half hour.
Yeah. It's craziness.
Craziness.
Well, that's a lot of what we've been into this last
So
week,
much, yeah.
JT.
You have so much to watch this week, fans.
Great. So, if people want to get a hold of you, telling you about how great Barry is, where can they do that?
Man, they can find me at Bucky for Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky for Everyone on Instagram, and hey, why not Bucky for Everyone on Snapchat. Troy?
Send me all of your Red Dead fishing and hunting videos at Troy to the Max on Twitter. Shit, you can even send them to our joint Twitter account
That's a good-looking fish.
at Review Pod as well. I'll retweet them. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
The world needs to see this kind of stuff. It's wholesome. I've been told that it's wholesome. Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
You're turning into Dennis Miller right now? Okay, cha-cha.
You can listen to us on a multitude of platforms such as Stitcher, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And if you're a listener on there, then why don't you rate and review us? Because if you like the show, it helps other people find the show. And if you want to write in, do so at reviewreviewpod@gmail.com.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. That's the show.
It is.
Coming up Monday is a special GOT retrospective.
Yes. Me and C Danger talking about GOT, what we thought, what we liked, what we didn't like, characters we liked, all this stuff. We're diving deep into it.
That's right. Get
A
in
final
it.
retrospective before we put that tiny show to bed.
That's right. Then Thursday we got Brightburn
Brightburn
coming up. I'm really looking forward to this.
I know. I'm super curious about it.
Same. Hopefully it doesn't stink.
Yeah.
I haven't read anything about it yet. If there's any pre-screenings of it, I don't think there was.
Yeah.
Not that I can recall anyway.
I'm
but
hoping old Brightburn doesn't go pee-pee in its pants.
yeah, doesn't burn too bright
Yeah.
and fizzles
Take a
out.
big old poopy in its,
Yeah,
in its
take a
bottom.
big old poopy in its little panties. Poopy in its diaper.
This is the kind of mature critiques you can always expect here from us at the review.
That's right. So that'll do it, JT. That will do it for sure.
That will.
So, until Monday, where you can listen in on all that retrospective goodness about your favorite HBO series.
Exactly.
I have been a Troy to the Max Extreme.
And I am a JT3K.
And we are off.